Roy Kent, ex-Chelsea legend, joins us. Welcome, Roy. Right, what did you think? Did your former club play well?
No, I thought they played like shit.
Our apologies to the viewing audience. Roy Kent with some salty language. Would you care to elaborate, Roy?
All right. Chelsea was shit today. They were shocking. Watching them, you'd never know they were playing at home. They were too timid. They were too respectful of United. They were lucky they didn't lose by 3 or 4 or 10.
That's harsh, Roy. United's been on a good run recently.
Who gives a shit, Chris? That's no excuse to play like you're afraid of them. You could see it in their faces. Abject terror, like children waiting in line for the handsy Father Christmas. Have some fucking pride in your shirt or don't fucking wear it.
Why can't you fucking legend?
I mean, that is how you do it.
I enjoy his candor.
Again, we apologise for almost every word Roy just said.
Welcome into another episode of the Revisited Podcast. I'm Ben.
And I'm Kristin. This week we are covering Ted Lasso Season 2, Episode 2, Lavender.
And before we get started, Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!
Yeah, it's 2024.
Yay! It's 2024. The year of the Halbergs.
I'm hoping it's the year of the back, too. Because God, do I need an improvement.
I totally get it. You know what, though? I have noticed that even-numbered years are usually trash. 2020 is the mild exception, but in my life, historically, even odd-numbered years are usually really, really difficult.
Oh, I hope that's not the case.
No, even-numbered years are good.
Oh, okay. All right. Odd numbers are the worst ones?
For me, historically,
okay.
Yeah. Historically.
Oh, then I hope it is the case.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
I had it confused.
It is we call it, the Kobe Bryant year, 2024. So, has to be better.
What is 2024 in the Chinese zodiac?
I don't know, but it's also an election year, which is going to be a hot garbage trash dumpster fire this year.
It already is.
And it's a leap year, and it's an Olympic year, which always makes my heart happy.
I am excited about that.
Yes.
The Lunar New Year starts on February 10th, 2024, and it is the year of the dragon.
Oh, yes. Okay. Yeah. See, 2024. It's going to be a good one.
It's going to be a good year. I'm excited now.
Year of the Dragon. Danny is obsessed with dragons. So we've got Kobe Bryant year, Dragon year, and it's an even-numbered year. So it's got to be good.
Yeah. Well, let's knock on wood. It's going to be good.
Eat your black-eyed peas, knock on the wood, throw some salt over your shoulder, go outside, spit, turn around 3 times, come back in. Okay, we're doing this, people.
All right. We're going to make it a good year. We hope
like
you guys
tires.
Oh God. We hope you guys enjoyed our coverage of Hannah Waddington's special last week. Well, again, we didn't take a break per se, but we took a break from the coverage just to do a little fun stuff for Christmas.
Christmas time is here.
So we hope you guys had a great Christmas holiday, and again, Happy New Year. But we are back to the coverage of Ted Lasso.
We're back, baby.
As you mentioned, season 2, episode 2, Lavender. Before we jump into the episode, as always, we just got to mention we're going to try and keep this as spoiler-free as possible for those of you watching for the first time. But we will do a spoiler section a little bit later on. So if you want to avoid that, just check the show notes to find out where to stop listening and then where to come back in when we do quotes, feedback, and all the other fun stuff.
I don't really have spoilers for this episode.
I have two things that might be pretty quick.
Okay.
So spoiler territory is not going to be too long.
Okay.
This episode. But I do want to say, to just kick off this episode, this is a great episode for Jamie Tart.
I agree. I also think this episode is a really good reminder that this show, while heartwarming, is not for younger viewers.
Oh, 100%.
I had a 13-year-old kid last night tell me that they love Ted Lasso, and I looked at them and I said, you should not be watching Ted Lasso. And I said it in front of their parents, and I didn't even care. I was like, absolutely not. No.
Yeah, well, because you've mentioned it a number of times before, how it's like one of the most adult, heartfelt shows, like not for kids.
So vulgar.
It is. This episode is the prime example why.
I think it's the most vulgar of all of the episodes because Keely and Roy just take it to the next level with their bedroom antics.
I don't consider it vulgar. It's definitely adult.
It's adult. Okay. I use the word vulgar in respect to children watching the show.
Okay. Okay. That I can see it. I mean, the stuff that they talk about and they do is completely normal for adults.
Yes.
It's just not, like you said, it's just not for children.
Nope.
Not at all.
Nope. It would be Phoebe putting her headphones on and an eye mask.
Yeah. Headphones, eye mask, put her in another room.
Maybe have her at her own mom's house.
but as adult as it is, it's amazing.
Yes. Oh,
it's
100%.
It's so good. And one of the things that, like, I think that's the most, like, not even surprising about it is that as adult as the content is between Roy and Keely in this episode, it doesn't surprise us.
No.
This to us is just them.
Oh, and it's also just how they Keely.
Are. And Roy. Like, this is...
Right, but Keely is very sexually open about everything. So it's like she's not embarrassed by anything. She doesn't care. She's very, and I honestly, like, I admire that because I am not that way, you know? And so I really, really admire people that can be that free and expressive with themselves. Like, I don't know. Like, well, good for her.
Not only that, but to see a couple that are so secure with themselves and secure within their own relationship that, you know, you can walk in on your partner doing what they're doing to something else and joke about it and laugh about it and, you know, make off the collar remarks, you know, for the sake of maybe poking a little fun at your partner until you realize what it is they're watching. And then it adds a little insecurity.
That's the best part is what she's watching. Because really, if you've never seen the show, because I remember the first time I watched the show, I'm like, what is this going to be? I thought it was going to be like an interview or featurette about her.
Getting off on herself.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
Or maybe like an old video of Jamie or something just to like throw it in the mix. Who knows, right? Did not expect it at all to be the retirement speech.
Well, but I mean, again, like when we look at this scene, like I love that this is what we started with is this element of the episode. But there's also something very loving about it, like the fact that when you find out why she finds this retirement speech so incredibly sexual, like why it turns her on, is because it is seeing a side of Roy she doesn't normally see. It's a side where he is very vulnerable and that's a turn on for her.
Yeah.
Like, to see that side of your partner, I get it. Like, like you get turned on by seeing somebody able to be something you don't ordinarily see them be.
Well, especially when you look at who she's dated. I mean, she's dated like football players. They're very cocky people. They're very self-confident. They're very sure of themselves, especially Roy, especially Jamie. I mean, they're not, right? But that's their persona. So to see who they really are behind that facade, yeah, it means that you get that intimacy with that person.
Yeah.
And unfortunately for Roy, that intimacy is for everyone.
Yes. Well, and that's the thing. We've already heard it. You know, we heard it last episode when they did the double date with John Wayne's night, and he's like, you know, I saw your retirement speech, you know, and my father saw your retirement speech. So we've already gotten hints at what this speech is. Mm-hmm. But this is the first time that we are actually seeing this speech. We don't see it in full.
I wish we did.
Oh man, it would be so great if we did. If it's it's
out
even
there
if like
somewhere.
I wonder if they did actually like record an entire thing and put it out
so that
there.
they could just pull from it at any point.
I don't think they did though, because I think I have searched on YouTube Roy Kent retirement speech, and I think it just brings you this clip in the show. But it would have been fun if you're right, if they did just for fun filmed like the entire
Trent Krim, the Independent. Can you expand on the way that you're feeling right now? Is it because you're a washed up person that will never be on the pitch again?
Well, I mean, yeah, that would have been fun if Trent Krim was there. But yeah, but I think this, as funny as this scene is and can be an adult, there's something very like great to see, like this. It adds to this relationship even more.
Yes. It clues us in as a viewer on how strong their relationship is too.
Yes.
But they're not just playing boyfriend, girlfriend. They're actually like in a very committed relationship with each other.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. They are committed to one another. It's not a fling, like you said. It's not a fling. It's not a on again, off again. This is a committed relationship these two people are in.
Yes,
and it's
100%.
It's great because I love this relationship. Let's jump back to the beginning, though. The opening of this, seeing Jamie get booted off of Lust Conquers All. And being interviewed after being booted by.
Have you ever seen that clips of these two?
Oh, I have.
They're hilarious.
Yeah. They are a very real morning show in the UK.
It's kind of like Live with Regis and Kathy Lee, or
except better.
What is it? It's Kelly and Ryan or something. Who cares?
Except better.
Well, yes, but it's kind of like that, or Good Morning America, or something like that. Right?
I will. Sort of, yeah. And I will tell people too, if you've never seen these two hosts before, it is still to this day one of my favorite clips of them just laughing. Is the clip where the two of them are trying Gino's mac and cheese.
Oh yeah.
Go on YouTube and just Google I gotta remember their name.
So insulting. It's so insulting.
It's Gino DeCampa. Just go on YouTube and search Gino DeCampa mac and cheese. You'll find the clip that way.
Oh my gosh, I totally forgot about that till right now. It's hilarious.
Gino making mac and cheese for the two of them, and her telling him
it's a carbonara.
If you put ham in it, it would be like a British carbonara.
Just stop. Stop. Just let it stop. Stop.
Just
I know that you want to say it, but just stop.
Just go find that clip. That's all I will say. It is one of the funniest fucking clips I have.
It's all hilarious.
His rebuttal that leads to everybody on set just breaking.
Yeah.
Is just
hilarious.
Hysterical. But yes, they are two very real news reporters. So it was great seeing them cameo in the episode as well. But we're seeing Jamie at a very low place. Like, we're finding out he left Manchester United on his own. He's on this show that he thought he was so confident he was winning.
Yeah.
And he got booted. He got booted off.
And then he learned on air that he was not going to be able to go back to his team.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that you brought this up, because I do think that Jamie did this on purpose. When he walks away, when he leaves the studio and he signs the autographs and takes the pictures, and he's so good with his fans. He really
he's great with the fans.
With those kids. Like, you really see a nice side of Jamie in this little scene outside. But then he says he's going to walk, and as he walks away, he's smiling. And I think he feels freedom for the first time in a really long time. He doesn't have to go back to Man City where his dad is. He doesn't have to be beholden to this contract that took him away from the team he really wanted to be on. And I think that he did this all to derail his career. I really do, whether it was conscious or subconscious, because now it gives him the opportunity to go back to Richmond.
Yeah, I can absolutely see that, because you're right. I didn't really pick up on it, but you're right. As it's very quick, like blink and you'll miss it. He does let out a smile.
He smiles
as he's walking away. So yeah, there's a part of me that believed that as well, that maybe this is a little bit of intentional self-destruction. To see, where things are. Because he says it later on in the episode when he's asked, like, why did you go on Less Conquers All? And he's like, I did it kind of to get back at my dad.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a little bit of self-destruction, but he's also intentionally kind of lowered himself to the point where he can't get any lower.
A lot of people that are self-sabotagers will do this to themselves, and they'll take a look around and wonder how they got there. And a lot of it is because if it happens for two reasons, right? You either self-sabotage because things are going so well that you might as well just end it now before it gets worse, or before things go bad, or you are in such a bad place and you have so much self-hatred for yourself that you just can't help but ruin everything that comes your way.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that Jamie is in that camp. I don't think that, things were necessarily going very well at Man City. I think he was very, very upset that he was pulled there. He had finally been given this really good mentor in Ted Lasso, and literally the next day after they have that huge pitch fire and they sing Richmond Till We Die, and Jamie's really a part of the team. They're all a part of this wonderful little network that they kind of had that bonding ceremony on, and the very next day Jamie's gone. And that really takes its toll on everybody. And you see how it affects Sam when there is a thought that Jamie might be coming back, because while they had bonded as a team, they had found their way to move on as a team that plays well without him. And now that equilibrium might be thrown off. But Jamie was a part of this. He left to go to Man City. He was doing well at Man City, but he wasn't where he wanted to be. And his father was proving that he was just getting beaten down over and over and over again by his father. And he's playing on this team. And then he sees Ted, and Ted is just proud of him, even though he's not even playing on his team, And so I'm like all over the place with this point with Jamie, but I can see it's one of those rare times where you can see everybody's point of view.
Yeah, no. And it's weird because you're watching a person who, as we mentioned, kind of is at his lowest. He left the team on his own. He found out he's not invited back. He walks into his agent and no other team wants him. Like, he's saying, like, well, what about Madrid? What about all these other places? And the only thing that's offered to him is a reality show in Ibiza where he has to take ecstasy every day for like 30 days. He is in a spot where Nothing's available to him. We're seeing Jamie at really one of his lowest points because he went from somebody who was incredibly cocky, thinking he was God's gift to football, which, to be fair, he kind of was. So his confidence was merited, who now has lost pretty much everything. And as hard as that is for a character, as viewers, we're kind of seeing this, and we kind of are happy. We're happy about this, not because we want to see him punished, but because we know as viewers, this is the prime opportunity for growth of Jamie Tart.
Yes.
Like we're kind of into Jamie now seeing this because now we can see Jamie grow.
He's very soft this episode.
Yes.
He's been building his quote unquote brand the whole time since we've met him as a character. And in the beginning of this episode, you see the results or the fruits of what building that brand really means for Jamie Tart. He is now, his brand is to be trashy and to be really, really surface level. There's no, he's not dynamic. There's no layers to him. People are sick of his shtick, and he's realizing that he has made some pretty egregious errors at this point, and now he wants to fix them. And the only way he knows how to fix them is to go to the one person that ever believed in him his entire life so far, and that's Ted.
And much to the surprise of him and probably us as viewers at the time too, is Ted telling him no.
I was shocked again because that he comes back. Well, that he comes back to the team. So it's so weird because he says no, and I'm like, what? Wait a minute. What?
yeah. Because
I knew this part.
I didn't remember him saying no. So much so that we get to the point, and I know I'm skipping right to the end with this, with Jamie walking back out onto the pitch with the rest of AFC Richmond and seeing the look, like seeing all the different looks on everybody's faces, which we'll get to that. But I remember like the first time watching this episode and seeing Jamie walk out on the pitch and being like, oh, shit's about to go down now. But this time watching it, seeing him walk out on the pitch, I was like, yes.
Yay!
Shit's about to go down. Like,
Jamie's back.
I was legitimately, I think the first time watching this, I felt like Sam. Like, this isn't going to work. I don't know how this is going to work. But this time watching it, knowing what we know about Jamie, I was like, yes. Like, I'm incredibly happy to see Jamie back with AFC Richmond.
Yes, 100%.
Because there is so much growth that's about to happen.
And Ted looks like he's about to have diarrhea on the pitch.
Ted doesn't know how to react.
He's just like, oh, I know what's coming and nobody's going to like it. Nobody's going to like me.
Well, one of my favorite parts about the big reveal of Jamie being back on the pitch with the team is, you're right. We see Ted, we see Beard, and like Beard's kind of like, okay, what is going on? Ted looks like he's going to be sick to his stomach. Sam is, you could tell like there's some pissed off, like he's getting a little angry. McAdoo, if you watch, just kind of waves it off.
Yeah.
He's in the background. He sees Jamie and then he goes right back to work, on the team. But the interesting one, the most interesting reaction to me is Rebecca. Because it goes up to the office and you see Rebecca, Keeley, and Higgins. Higgins and Keeley have the looks on their face of like, what is going on?
Isn't Sharon there too?
Yes, Sharon is in there too. But Rebecca, standing behind Keeley, looks at Keeley, sees her face, and then smiles. And then it cuts to black. And that's the end of the episode. Because I think Rebecca is of the same ilk of, okay, this is going to be interesting.
Yeah. Could you imagine
sure
being that kind of a person too, that creates that much of a reaction when you just walk into work? I mean, that's pretty significant. Because he has been a Cancer. He's been a Cancer, but he's coming in and you can see his face. He doesn't want to be a Cancer. And I don't think he knows how not to be a Cancer.
And I think Jamie's at a point in his life where he knows this.
We're going to see him. We're going to see him struggle.
Oh, absolutely. It's not
Yeah.
just going to be a breeze from here on out. The team's not going to accept him right away. There's going to be some turmoil going forward.
Right, but he's got to learn too how to be a team player.
Well,
he's
and
never had to be a team player before.
And I think that's the huge difference in this, is that when he was on the team before, he didn't know how to be a team player, and he really had no interest in learning. This is different Jamie.
He was Jamie Top.
He doesn't know how to be a team player, but he's willing to listen at this point. Yeah. It's going to be a struggle because it takes a while to shake old habits.
Yeah.
But this is a Jamie that's willing.
Yeah.
And it already makes him so much more of a better character.
Yes, I agree.
Going forward.
And, we're going to see a lot of good stuff, especially with Jamie and Roy, with Jamie and Ted, Jamie and Keely. I mean, there's a lot of really good stuff that's coming up. And I'm excited that we're at this point now. Sam's reaction, even as a rewatch, caught me off guard again to just the prospect of Jamie coming back.
Well, I think that was the intent, because it even threw off Ted.
Yeah.
The fact that he got pissed off, stormed off.
He threw a temper tantrum.
Yeah. But I love the reaction in the conversation with him and Ted, and inside. Mm-hmm. Where Sam is like immediately regretful that he even acted that way. Mm-hmm. But one of my favorite parts of that scene is the fact that, when Ted asks him to tell him, like, tell me, like, what is going on, Ted doesn't rebut it. He listens. Mm-hmm. He doesn't say anything back. He lets Sam get off his chest everything that he's feeling. He doesn't defend any of his decisions. He doesn't try and be like, yeah, but like he just sits and he listens until
well, obviously Sam had something to say. I mean, Sam is not somebody who is going to go crazy. I mean, he's a very kind, understanding human being. So for Sam to be this riled up and this upset, Ted does need to listen.
Yeah.
So
100%.
It's nice that he recognized that. It just shows what a great coach he is.
Well, that's what I mean. It goes back to what I was saying, either last episode or previous episodes, is that he treats these players as people.
Yes. Yes.
And that's a prime example of it, is that he lets Sam say what he needs to say. He doesn't try and rebuke or rebut. He just lets him get it off his chest. And it leads to the great reaction where Ted says, like, no, I told Jamie no. And Sam's like, oh, really? Well, now I feel bad. Like now I feel even bad that I even reacted this way.
Right. Yeah, but he needed to, and that conversation was so important. I think, unfortunately for Sam, that conversation was so important in the decision to bring Jamie back.
Yes.
I mean, Sam helped Ted make this decision.
That's going back to what I mentioned too about Rebecca, and the reaction that Rebecca had is like, you have to realize, Rebecca was in on this. She had to be. She's the boss.
Well, of course.
So the decision to bring back Jamie, I have a feeling the only 3 people who were in on this were Rebecca, Ted, and Jamie.
You don't think Leslie knew?
No, because Leslie looked as surprised as everybody else did.
Leslie had thumbs up. He wanted to bring
Jamie
that's
back. True. So maybe Leslie was in on it. But it's very clear that Keely did not know.
No.
Sam,
is Keely really employed with them yet, though?
No, I think she just works with them.
I think she's still friend capacity, so she wouldn't know anyways.
Well, I mean, she is talking about, like, she works with the team because she mentioned the promotion with Sam for the airline. So she definitely is working with AFC Richmond. I don't think she's employed by AFC Richmond.
Okay.
But I think AFC Richmond is really her only client right now either, too.
She hasn't even started her journey yet.
Yeah. Her journey's great.
I like her journey as well.
But yeah, it's a very interesting dynamic. Again, I talked about it at the top. This is a great episode for Jamie. It doesn't seem like it, but it is.
It's funny that we're talking about who knows what, because at the top of this episode, we do see that Ted has not been let in on another new hire to the team. So we've got 2 new faces, 2 new people. We've got Jamie coming back, and we've got Dr. Sharon is on for the rest of the season that we learn.
Which there was a very interesting dynamic that came of this, because you're right, Ted is not in on this, but it's gonna require me to bring in another character again, and that's Nate, because we get more of Nate's power trip this episode. What he does with Will and how he treats Will, it was said perfectly in your husband Dave's feedback from last episode when he mentioned Sirius Black about how the true merit is like seeing how someone treats their inferiors, not their equals. The scene where like he's flipping out that there's lavender added to the wash, and but even before that, when he calls Will in, he's like, "Will, can I speak to you for a moment?" Walks out and then closes every door between them to force Will to open the door.
Yeah.
To knock.
That was a very shitty thing that he did.
That's an absolute power trip. 100% is that a power trip. Because we talked a little bit about that last week. But it leads me to the dynamic in the 2 in that, we get to see this power trip from Nate and how he's treating his inferiors. But then we get it again with Ted confronting Higgins about hiring Dr. Sharon and him not being in on it. But he's empowering Leslie in that conversation. He's not putting him down.
It's the best conversation too.
He's like, I gotta see if I can pull it up completely. But yeah, like,
I have the transcript.
Do you? If you have that particular scene, because I have it pulled up too, and I'm trying to find it. But he's empowering Leslie in that moment. Oh yeah, where is it? Because I'm trying to find it.
I got it.
Okay.
Let's see.
I found it too.
Higgins, did you hire? Hey Higgins, did you hire Dr. Sharon without running it by me first? Yes, I thought it couldn't hurt, but I should have asked you first, Ted. You're absolutely right. No, I'm dead wrong. I mean, heck, you're the director of football operations. You got to be able to make your own decisions. Still, you should have texted me first. That's 100% true. No, 1,000% false. I mean, you're a busy man. Whatever path you think is best is going to be best. Still, next time you have plans, I want you to run them by me first, okay? No, I will not. Good. Why should you? I ain't your daddy.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, we go from this scene with Nate tearing down Will and just like putting him down to this next scene with Ted confronting Higgins about a decision he wasn't in on, but empowering Leslie to be confident in the decisions that you are making.
Right. I ain't your daddy.
You're right, Ted. I should have no, 1,000%. You shouldn't have.
I like it that Beard has to tell Higgins, no, just say no. Okay. Just, this is going to go on all day. Please say no.
Yeah. It's just, I love that dynamic, but it's, you're right. Going back to what you were saying, Ted was not let in on this decision to keep Dr. Sharon around. And because he's still having these issues with therapy, with therapists.
Well, and we've talked about the fact that is 100% okay.
Yeah. I'm very interested to see because as we never really check the feedback beforehand. We never listen to voicemails usually, or read them beforehand. So I'm very curious if we get to the feedback section of this episode, after what we said last episode, to see if there's any rebuttals to that.
So
we'll see.
Dr. Sharon has a pretty good episode as well here, I think. We know a lot about her after this episode, I think, and kind of what her style is. I love how she unnerves and disarms Ted, because she says in the very beginning when Ted comes in and tries to give her cookies, she's like, I see what you're doing here. She's like, you're trying to connect with me and you have all these little quips and it's very disarming. It's very effective. So she decides that she is going to, in turn, disarm Ted a little bit because I think that she's picked out some of his insecurities as a coach. And I don't know if you do notice this, but she does get closer. Every single time he
oh my God, does she? Yes.
She gets closer and it's hilarious because she knows what she's doing.
Well, because even the third time he turns back, he's like, oh, she's definitely getting closer. But I will say, I agree with you in that she disarms Ted, but I want to say from the other side of it too, I think she is actually... what she is seeing from Ted as a person and what she is seeing from Ted as a coach are two completely different things, because I think she is actually, in one particular moment in this episode, I think she's actually genuinely impressed and feels Ted is a lot more intelligent than he leads on. Because there's
probably she gave him credit for in the beginning as well.
Yes, because there is a moment where he actually does lay a little bit of wisdom on her. And she seems genuinely like impressed by
Remind
it a
me
little
on
bit.
that.
When they're talking about how she is sugar-free, she says, trust me, it's in everybody's best interest. In a past life, I would inhale a Cadbury flake, talk nonsense for an hour until I passed out. And then Ted rebuts with, I'm the same way with video games. And she says, how so? And he says, it's just something in my life that I really enjoy. But then I pretend that preventing myself from having them is somehow making my life better. But in reality, all I'm doing is depriving myself of something that makes me happy instead of attempting to adjust my relationship to it. Which she drops a little bit of knowledge on Doc. And she doesn't really say much in return, which to me, she's kind of taken in by it.
Does she have a bite of the cookie before or after he says that?
I think it's before.
Okay.
Yeah. Because we don't know she dropped all sugar until after she takes a bite.
That's right.
Yeah.
And for her to take a bite when she doesn't have any sugar, she is throwing him an olive branch there. Mm-hmm. I mean, they're both making compromises for each other, so they both have respect for each other, and it's very nuanced in the way that they show it. But she understands that he has a deep problem with her profession, and she probably has some pretty strong thoughts about coaches, or what do you call them? They're not coaches; they're gaffers.
Gaffers, yeah.
In her own experience as well. So I do like their relationship. I like how it evolves over this season too. It's just, I was not a fan of Dr. Sharon in the beginning, the first time around, but just knowing her own journey in the show as a character, I just am appreciating her so much more. And I'm really seeing how fleshed out of a character that she was from the very beginning.
She's the new Rebecca for this season.
But she's not. She's not trying to be destructive. She's actually trying to help. Rebecca was not.
Yeah, you're right. Rebecca was trying to tear the team down. When I say she's the new Rebecca, I mean in a sense of like, this is a character that I think we're not meant to like at first.
Possible adversary.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And then
I would agree.
By the end, it's a very different relationship. Although it tends to turn a little quicker with Dr. Sharon than it did with Rebecca.
Well, because now you have Jamie coming in, and Jamie is its own hurricane that's coming in. So you can't have too many storms at one time. So, you get this hard introduction to this team psychologist. And then when Jamie comes in, it's kind of a blessing in disguise that we have Dr. Sharon now over here.
Well, not only that, but not only with the team is she a blessing in disguise, but she's a blessing in disguise for Ted too. And I think we're starting to, we kind of see that by the end of this episode, and we're definitely going to see it as we go forward, because we know Ted, we as viewers know Ted is struggling. He's having issues with things. This is somebody who is going to help Ted.
Yeah.
And we do see them give a little ground to each other again by the end of this episode too, when she tells him, you can call me Doc.
And he is so grateful.
Because he doesn't have to fight the urge to not call her Doc.
Well, because she's seeing him as who he is now. and not as who her perception of who he should be or anything like that. I think that it's like any teacher. And I always equate everything back to teaching, but I think that teaching is just such a fundamental part of anybody's life. But a teacher comes in hard at the beginning to establish their boundaries, to establish their patterns. That has to be addressed first. And I think for a psychologist, it's the same way. I'm coming in, but I am not your friend. That needs to be established. We are not friends. For me to do my job, we can't be friends, But now that boundary has been established and it looks like Ted is respecting that boundary, which is very difficult for Ted to do. She sees that she also needs to throw him a bit of a bone and relax a part of her to bring Ted in a little bit.
Well, it's also interesting to note, too, in a line that she says at the end of the episode, which kind of shines a little bit of a light, because we're seeing these two characters in Ted and Dr. Sharon approach things that they're not used to approaching from, or that they're not used to approaching from this angle. In that we've talked about Ted already and his thoughts on therapy, so now he's got to approach this whole idea of Dr. Sharon coming in and, helping the team and eventually helping him, which he's kind of not comfortable with and not used to. But also at the end of the episode, when she thanks him for giving her the permission to come down and view the team, she tells him that like a lot of other coaches don't like that idea. They don't want the therapist down there on the view, but she's thankful to Ted for giving her the opportunity to do that. So she's approaching this from a particular way that she's used to, only to find that it's different than what she thought.
The whole club is different.
Yes.
And I think that's kind of an important theme that is throughout this entire series, is that, whatever anybody, and maybe if we were British, we would understand this more, right? But whatever presumptions that anybody has about what's going to happen at AFC Richmond, they learn very quickly that it is different. Trent Krim learns this. Dr. Sharon is learning this. Jamie is learning this. Rebecca has even learned this, So things are different at AFC Richmond. And that is very, very apparent once you're in there regularly. Sharon's insight about the team is also really, really wonderful. She sees that the Lasso way works. She sees that mutual respect is genuine and sincere. It's not somebody just saying, we have respect here. No, people are walking the walk. They're talking the talk. She recognizes that positive, but she also tells Ted it's also a negative. You haven't won a game. You guys are all so concentrated on not stepping on each other's toes and respecting each other and deferring to one another that nobody's hungry. Nobody's hungry to win that game. Everybody seems to be okay with tying. Just saying that you're playing well and you're playing well with each other, you're playing well with other teams, that doesn't mean that you're winning, and for a team to be competitive, you have to have that hunger in them. And so I think that it's that combination of how do we get the team to be more hungry, and how do I help Jamie Tart, because he needs a male role model in his life. Bringing those two thoughts together into what happens at the end of the episode is really quite impressive. And Dr. Sharon's insight into the team and Ted's conversation with Sam about Jamie really helps kind of fuel this decision to move forward with Jamie joining back with the team.
Yeah, I mean, it is pretty much, I think you're right. I think, everything that happened with Sam, which we talked about, was kind of already conflicting for Ted, but Dr. Sharon is really the one that puts it into perspective, saying like, hey, if you call 8 ties in a row a win, like, doing well, what have you. But yeah, I think that's really the final nail that kind of, convinces Ted we need to shake things up. Like, she's right. We're not hungry enough. We got to bring in the second ace.
And you need to do it with Jamie, because it's going to piss off the players. You're going to get that emotion
because
that they need.
They're going to be, you're right, they're going to be motivated to show that they can be a team without Jamie, which is going to push them further. It's going to make them hungrier to win. Yep. But 2, it's also going to raise the bar for Jamie to reach.
Yes.
It's helping everybody.
Yes.
In that sense.
But nobody's going to see that in the beginning.
No.
It's going to be complete chaos. And I can't wait.
It's because the bar for Jamie to have walked in on AFC Richmond for the way it was, the bar was already set to a standard. And Jamie has reached that standard already. Yes. It would have been easy for him to reach again. So to bring in Jamie forces the team to raise that bar even higher. The team is going to raise it on their own to make it impossible for Jamie to reach. Because they want to show
to humble Jamie, which is what he needs.
Which is going to make him work harder to reach it.
Correct.
So that when everything comes together, this team is performing at this standard and winning games again, and Jamie comes up to that standard, this is going to be one of the greatest teams in the league.
Yes, I agree.
So it works. I mean, it's very smart on Ted's behalf to have made this decision.
Yeah.
Not everybody sees it, like you said, but it'll work. And Ted's confident of that. He doesn't do stuff unless he's confident. Okay. Maybe that's something to look into a little bit more.
I don't necessarily agree with that, but okay. I do love that Jamie follows Keely around.
Yeah.
For like a really long time. He's like, I just walked in here. No, actually, I've been following you for about 10 minutes. Nah, I've been waiting outside of the club for like 4 hours or something like that.
I've been following you your entire lunch break.
That's what it is.
I think that's a very endearing quality of Jamie too, in that he does have at least one thing he can hang on to, and that's his feeling, like his confidence to confide in Keely. That is something very sweet and endearing about Jamie.
He trusts her.
Yeah.
I mean, if he were to look back on everything, he would see that Keely did everything for him. You know, like she always had his best interests at heart. And once he broke up with Keely, really everything went downhill for him. He started making his own decisions, proving that he was a trash person who was just being handled by Keely, barely.
But I love the fact that you bring up he was following her and kind of stalking her, and he hid behind a pole.
That was hilarious. An open shelf.
Right through. An open shelf that you can see right through.
A very famous football player is hiding behind an open shelf in a coffee shop. Sure, JB. Cool.
Yeah. But I mean, I like the fact that the two of them are still connected to each other. They can, like, you know, Keely listens. Like, that's, I think the other great part of it is that she hasn't written off Jamie. She still listens to Jamie because she knows he needs someone to listen to.
She cares about him. Yeah. I mean, she still cares about him because she cares about everybody.
Yeah.
You know, and I like it that she was honest with Roy. You know, she's like, hey, ran into Jamie and I talked to him. This is what we talked about, you know? And he's like, what'd you say? That he was talking to the wrong person, you know? Very simple, very easy, and they move past it like normal, healthy adults.
Yeah, exactly. And that leads us into the next scene too, when, you know, well, after what proceeds with Roy and Keely, but oh no, there's nothing in that scene. Never mind, I take it back. The next scene though is Jamie and Ted in the bar, which we kind of touched on a little bit.
What a great scene that is.
But the fact that Jamie sets the army man down on the bar means, one, as we talked about, like when we talked about the finale, that meant something to Jamie, and two, he carries it with him. He carries that army man with him.
Yes. It means something to him. And as we learned from last week, those the binoculars, really have a special meaning for me. Now, Dave took it differently. Dave, because he knows all about military hierarchy and whatever. I just saw the binoculars and I was like, that just means that Ted's still paying attention to him.
That's what I was like, that was Ted's way of saying, I see you. That was how I took it.
Dave's breakdown was also very good.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but that scene, we talked a little bit about that already, and that, Ted telling him no.
I love May. I love Jamie's being like, May, can you just please do me a favor and just tell those guys to stop staring at me? She's like, oi, fuck off.
You three, fuck off. But that is what leads to the picture being taken, posted on Twitter. And it's the picture that Sam sees that makes them think that Jamie's coming back to the team.
Right.
In which they were correct, just not yet.
Right. Well, and, not even Ted knew it, So that, I mean, I really, really love all of the softer moments in this episode. There's a lot of them. But if we could just go back to Nate real quick, because I know that we're about to move into Roy, is that as he continues to put Will down, as you said, he shut all the doors and he was expecting, Will to just open up the door and come in. He just is not understanding how destructive he's being. And I like it that Ted does. And I think that Ted sees what's happening with Nate and is trying to, instead of confronting him on his shit behavior, which, even Beard was like, aren't they showering after the game? Like, I think the Lavender's okay, man, but Ted moves Higgins into Nate's office. And I think it was a humbling, an opportunity to humble Nate.
I have more to say on this. I am reserving it for spoiler talk.
Okay.
Yes.
But I did like the fact that he did move Higgins into Nate's office. I think that Nate having his own private office, even when the head coach himself doesn't have one, was probably a terrible idea for Nate. So getting that shared space with the director of football operations, I think was a really good call.
No, I agree with you. And like I said, I have a little bit more,
just for spoilers.
I have a little bit more to say about that in spoilers as well. Yeah, but no, I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah, let's talk about Roy a little bit more, because this is the first time it was hinted at in episode 1 of this season. We finally get to see Roy become a pundit for Sky Sports.
And man, is he perfect.
It is one of the best scenes. And it's fun to watch too, because it's Roy being Roy. Like Roy has not been Roy for a little bit now.
Right.
Keely knows it. It's one of the reasons why she even says it's such a turn on to see him be vulnerable, because she tells him, like, you haven't been like that in a while. And it's because Roy misses football. He has been away from it for too long. The only taste of it he has is with the little girls team, who sadly did not win the cup. But now that that's over, he doesn't have anything.
Right.
He doesn't have any taste of football left.
Right.
So, he makes that deal with Keely to say, like, all right, I'll do it. But if it doesn't work, I'm going to hire a bunch of children to just follow you around and tell you, I told you so.
Right.
And we see him kind of like just take to it naturally and pretty much almost in an instant become the Roy of old.
Yeah.
In giving his true feelings, in not just being criticizing, but constructively criticizing.
Right. Oh, I just thought I thought it was great, and I have it up here. Roy Kent, ex Chelsea legend, joins us. Welcome, Roy. Right. What did you think? Did your former club play well? No, I thought they played like shit. Our apologies to the viewing audience. Would you care to elaborate, Roy? All right. Chelsea was shit today. Watching them, you'd never know that they were playing at home. They were too timid, too respectful of United. They were lucky they didn't lose by 3 or 4 or 10. That's harsh, Roy. United's been on a good run recently. Who gives a shit, Chris? There's no excuse to play like you're afraid of them. You could see it in their faces. Abject terror, like children waiting in line for the handsy father Christmas. Have some fucking pride in your shirt or don't fucking wear it.
It's great because there's two things that happen in this scene. One, I mean, in addition to Roy being Roy, one, he's sitting next to his old coach. Because George was the coach of AFC Richmond that was fired before Ted comes in. Mm-hmm. So he has worked with George before. And two, Keely is watching this on television. And at one point, she is embarrassed. She's very happy to see Roy on TV and giving it a shot. But then once he starts cursing and swearing, she's hanging her head a little bit. But then she thinks about it and she checks social media and Twitter is blowing up.
Yeah. In a good way.
In a great way.
Yeah.
In how, like, we missed Roy. This is Roy. Like, this is the old Roy Kent. Like, people are loving this.
Because they started this off by making fun of him for crying. And so
yes.
you're reminded at the beginning of this that the last time anybody saw Roy Kent, he was sobbing.
Yes.
So Roy needed to come back and prove to everybody, including himself, that he was still Roy fucking Kent. He's here. He's there. He's every fucking where.
Yes. And, you know, it leads into him saying to Keely, like, you were right. I missed being a part of football.
Yes.
And to keep it spoiler free, I can't wait for the next phase of Roy Kent.
Yeah, well, and Roy just keeps getting better and better and better. They all do. They all do.
Yes.
Like, let's just, except for one character, they all keep getting better and better and better.
Yes, agreed.
One
100%.
character does not.
Which I'd say two. Two characters do not, because there's also Rupert.
Well, Rupert is a static character. He never changes.
Oh, that's true.
I really don't. He has no evolving at all.
He does get worse.
Okay, but he doesn't get better. He doesn't evolve.
True. Very true.
And I would even say he doesn't get worse. We just see more of how bad he is. Because we know how terrible he was to Rebecca. And he doesn't do anything that surprises or shocks anyone.
I would say until the series finale. Because even that moment kind of shocks Rebecca.
Okay. I mean, I don't know. I think he's pretty despicable throughout the entire show. I mean, the way that he sat there waiting to tell Rebecca to her face that he was having a baby. That was, to me, his most despicable.
I want to say, though, too, going back to Roy for a second, I think Roy has always known and just never wanted to admit that he misses football. Right. Because even in the scene where Roy and Keely are in the car and they approach, you know, they're sitting outside, he's dropping off Keely, he squeals off before he even has an opportunity to say hi to Ted.
Well, yeah, he's embarrassed. I think he's embarrassed. It's just he has turned into a meme of himself, you know?
Yeah.
So I think him going out there and being Roy Kent the way that everybody knows him helps his image. It helps his confidence. It helps him get to the next place that he is eventually going to be. You know, It helps him jump off to his next chapter, so to speak.
Yeah. I only have a couple little things before we go into spoiler territory. I don't know if you have any other major things.
I have one other thing. Okay. And it's small. It was just, I love Danny's reaction to the picture of Jamie Tart because everybody's pissed off and he's just like, oh, it looks like he's in his hand. That's funny. Like, Danny doesn't care about anything. He just wants to play football.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, he is the epitome of being a goldfish on that team. Like, he emulates Ted's entire view about football or about being on a team,
Yeah.
So, I really, really enjoy that we have that one player on the team like Danny Rojas, who is he's excellent at the game, but he's also so accepting of everybody. He just enjoys the shit out of life. And don't we all wish that we could be Danny Rojas?
Yeah. In some degree, or for something.
Right.
To just be a Danny Rojas and just be there for the love of what it is and be damned to the consequences.
Yeah. He understands that they're getting paid a lot of money to play a game.
You know what? I think to a degree, and I think to a degree, I'm a little bit of a Danny Rojas when it comes to moderating panels at shows, because I don't care who it is I'm on stage with or how many people are in the audience. I do it just because I love to do it.
Yeah.
So I'm a little bit of a, don't get me wrong. There's a part of me that always wishes the audiences could be bigger or the audience participated a little bit more.
Right.
But for the most part, I'm still happy to just be doing what I love doing.
Mm-hmm.
So, whether it's a small show where there's 10 people in the audience or it's a huge show where there's like 1,000 people in the audience, I'm loving it equally.
Yeah. I would agree with that with you. Yeah.
So I get it. The only other thing I have to mention before we dive into spoilers is it's such a bad joke, but I love it. When Ted walks into the office and he sees Higgins with the box and there's the plant and he introduces himself to the plant and he's like, "Oh, what's your name?" "Well, hi, Robert. Nice to meet you." And that took me a second until the next part.
I'm Jimmy.
It's like, "I'm Jimmy."
Because Jimmy Paper? No.
Jimmy Page. Oh, I should have got that. But that was when I was like, "Oh, Robert Plant. Okay, I get it."
Yeah, very good.
Jimmy Page and Robert Plant. It's such a bad joke, but it's also a music themed joke.
Yes, and we have lots of music themes throughout.
Particularly with Higgins.
Yes.
Like, it's just
100%. Yes.
It's great. So, all right, at this point then, we're going to dive into spoilers. Probably not going to be very long because I only have two quick things I just kind of want to bring up. So if you're watching for the first time and you want to avoid it, just check the show notes to find out when we come back. Okay, so we talked a little bit about Nate. So let's dive into let's start with that one. Going into the whole thing with Ted giving Higgins a spot in Nate's office. If you look at the season finale of this episode, we said we were going to kind of take this season and kind of watch to see how things progressed to get Nate to that point of telling him how you forgot about me, and that was one of the reasons why he did what he does at the end of the season. I think this is one of those first instances. Nate feels like Ted undermines him to make him share a space with somebody else.
Yeah.
And this is the first thing I think this is the first moment Nate starts to feel like Ted forgot about him.
Oh, I think it's the second time.
When was the first time?
Last week when Nate was like, "Oh, really? Your grandmother? Tell me, what position does she play?" And Ted's just like, "You know what? No, Nate. Will, go ahead and leave early. Enjoy your grandmother's birthday."
Okay. All right.
That was in front of everybody.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, this was too.
Right.
I mean,
exactly.
That's what
is every episode now that is happening.
Yeah. So this is the second time it happens. So I feel like, we're starting to see like those little moments that Nate is not seeing what these moments are supposed to be.
Teachable moments.
Yeah. These are teachable moments that Ted is laying on him like he has done with everybody
even
on this
Roy.
team.
Yeah.
Yeah. Roy, Jamie, like everybody. These are teachable moments. This is what a coach does. Nate doesn't see it that way. He is on a power trip, and he sees these as moments that are undermining his authority, which he doesn't have.
Right.
So these are the little things. These are kind of like the hay piling up on the camel's back at this point.
Yes. Yes.
That is going to cause Nate to break and do
which
cause him to do what he does.
Let's be clear though. What Nate does is inexcusable. I mean, what he does
absolutely
is just awful. What Nate is seeing is completely a Nate problem. Ted is not doing anything wrong. Higgins is not doing anything wrong. None of them are doing anything wrong. They are trying to build Nate up, and Nate sees it as undermining and challenging his authority, which he's the low man on the totem pole as far as coaching goes. But because he's the one that understands the game more than Ted, he thinks he's entitled to Ted's position.
Yeah, exactly.
And we see that more and more and more. And he is really going to start undermining Ted very, very soon.
Well, to the point where, like we said, like what he does is inexcusable. What he does in an attempt to get back at Ted.
Yeah.
And he becomes the source to make it public of his anxiety attacks.
Well, and then he also builds himself up, calling himself a wunderkind, and then he goes and he starts being the coach of Rupert's team, which is the ultimate betrayal at the end. So, I mean, it's fun to watch this and see the markers of why Nate does what he does, in an effort to understand why he does what he does, but I just can't help but continue to hate Nate. And I'm really working on it. Because he does have a nice arc in the third season. And
he does.
It's wonderful the way he comes back, and it's the whole thing is heartwarming. But I can't excuse any of it.
No, I mean,
with Jamie, I can excuse it for some reason, but with Nate, it's just what he does is so vindictive and so terrible and so just shitty. I don't have another word for it.
Well, and it's one of those reasons why, I remember in that speech where Nate confronts Ted in the finale of this season, I remember being very angry at Nate at that point. You are such an asshole. You wouldn't be where you are if not for Ted. I remember getting very shakingly angry.
The internet blew up after that episode.
Nate is a wanker was all we were saying in between seasons 2 and 3.
Hashtag fuck Nate. Yeah.
Hashtag fuck Nate. Exactly.
That was an actual hashtag.
Yeah. But it also built up, you mentioned that arc in season 3 to the point where in the series finale, when the two of them are in the locker room together and Nate breaks down and he wants to apologize to Ted and Ted tells him no, we don't have to. And he's like, no, I need to. Mm-hmm. That was the first real moment in the finale that I got really emotional.
I think the more impactful scene was actually Beard showing up at Nate's house.
Well, that was the penultimate. That was the episode.
That's
before.
Right. But if we're looking at both of those scenes, that scene to me was more impactful because Beard doesn't share. Beard doesn't let his guard down. Beard doesn't say anything really real. That was to me more impactful than his final conversation with Ted in that moment. And I think it's because we knew how Ted was going to react. We knew what to expect from Ted, and we knew how sorry Nate was. So that was just more of a formality, I think. But Beard showing up at Nate's house and really talking to him about Ted and his relationship with Ted and how much what Nate did to Ted impacted Beard.
Well, I mean, it's funny because, how we talked about last season, how we've always known Rebecca, but we don't meet Rebecca until later. We don't really meet Rebecca until it's debatable whether it's the Liverpool episode or it's the penultimate episode when she's in Ted's office and comes clean with Ted. Mm-hmm. Those are the moments where we meet Rebecca. Beard, we have through all 3 seasons. We don't meet Beard until the penultimate episode of the show.
Yeah.
That's when we get
even
Beard's
the Beard
backstory.
episode, the little long, strange, trippy Beard episode.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know what Beard does on his free time, but you don't know Beard still.
You still don't know Beard.
Yeah.
It's not until the penultimate episode that we get his backstory.
Right. And he's
gorgeous. It's one of the most beautiful moments of the entire series.
I agree.
So,
and we would never get that without Nate going on the journey that he goes on. Like, I understand that Nate's journey fuels a lot of the story in season 3, especially. But I just hate. I hate watching this. It's like watching Rebecca in the first season.
Yeah, I get it. The other thing I want to make mention of too, and spoilers as well, is we get another mention of Ted's dad.
Yeah, good job.
The only other mention we've gotten so far is the Dark Game in season 1, and this one's a little more pertinent because it's him and Jamie talking about it, and they're sharing moments of dads. And Ted says, I've noticed that sometimes having a tough dad is exactly what drives certain fellas to become great at what they do. I hear Bono's father was a real piece of work, but then again, so was Joshua Tree. So, and, Jamie says, was your old man like that? And Ted replies, no, my father was a lot harder on himself than he ever was on me. And it's not until later in this season that we find out exactly what he means by that, in that we find out that his father committed suicide. It is a deep embedded moment in Ted's life that he, it's probably one of the main reasons that is why being separated from his son is so difficult for him.
Oh, yeah. Well, fathers are molded and created by their fathers. And whether they choose to continue that mold that their father has created for them or break out of the mold that their father has created for them, it is one or the other.
Well, because I was going to say, because I broke the mold. I became opposite of what my father is.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and I think that is just the case of fathers and sons. They either have this really great close relationship or they hate each other. There's like no middle ground, I've noticed.
So it's not, I don't think in my own personal life, I don't think it's that my father and I hate each other. We just don't speak. I think that is the middle ground. It's like, we just don't talk.
Yeah. Okay. That's fair.
We don't give each other a thought.
That's what Dave, and not about his father, but Dave always says that, if you really actively hate somebody or you don't like them, you still have feelings about them. Yeah. It's the nothing towards somebody. It's the lack of feeling or emotion towards somebody where, that's really the bigger impact.
Yeah. And that's kind of, that's kind of where I am. And in my relationship with my father is I just don't think about him. I don't think about him enough to hate him. Mm-hmm. So, it is what it is. But yeah, those are the only two things I really had for spoilers for this episode.
Okay.
So let's bring it back in then to everybody coming back with some of our favorite quotes of the episode, in which I have a few.
We've said some already.
We've said some already.
Let's
but
read the transcript.
So I do have a couple when Jamie is being interviewed on the show and he says just something I had to do. You know what I mean? The second that I found out George Harrison had died, I realized that I had to stop waiting for life to begin, start taking chances, living life to the fullest. But George Harrison died 20 years ago. Yeah, but I only just found out. Oh, it's so good. What about you? What's one of your quotes?
I do like it when they're proing and conning Jamie coming back, and one of the cons is he's poop in a punch bowl. He's a poop in the punch bowl.
Yep. I like this scene where it's actually right after Nate goes off on his thing with Will, but he looks at Beard and he says, "Did you sleep here?" And Beard says, "Perhaps to dream here." There's a nice little rebuttal.
Let's see. What else do we have?
I have a couple more. I have like 3 more. that we haven't mentioned yet.
Look, baby, when you make that pass, you got to put some grass under it. Make Danny chase it down like it's a loose toddler in a busy parking lot.
I missed that one. I missed that one. I love the scene with Roy and Keeley sitting in the parking lot where they witness Ted on the back of the lawnmower. And Ted's response is, he's probably homesick. Closest thing he can find to a Dodge Ram.
Yes, 100%. 100%. 100%. Let's see. There ain't nothing going on out there on this field that I can do better than any of y'all, unless you break into a game of finish that Jimmy Buffett lyric. That'll be then I'll be changing your latitudes and attitudes left, right, and center.
Is it tacky to say I'm rich in an online dating profile? Only if you put the word filthy in front of it. Delete, delete, delete,
she's
delete.
deleting it.
And she's doing it with a smile as she's looking at Keeley too. I love it.
That's hilarious. And then back to Jamie again. Actually, May, would you be a darling and ask those lads at the end of the bar to stop staring at me, please? Oi, you three, fuck off. Oh, yeah, of course, May. Sorry, fucking off now. Wow, old people are so wise. They're like tall Yodas.
The only one I have left too is Roy sitting in the dressing room before he goes on with Sky Sports, and he says, Jamie Carragher sent me flowers. We fucking despised each other when we played. Now he's sending me flowers. How the fuck does he know I love white orchids? Anything else?
Well, of course.
Oh, okay.
I've got so much. You know what I mean? Glad to have you on the show, Roy. Whatever. Same old Roy Kent. Hey, Roy, try not to get too emotional, yeah? Oh, buddy.
That was George.
Oh, buddy. You could call me Doc. It's okay. Oh, thank God. I mean, that's been killing me. You saw it. You know. It's just such a good nickname. Oh, that's the end. All right.
That's the end. All right. So we're all good.
Good.
All right, let's dive into some feedback for the episode, in which we have a couple. We have 2 voicemails this week, one from our friend Jason and the other from our friend Steve. So let's kick it off with a voicemail from Jason.
Hi, Ben and Kristin. This is Jason in San Jose providing feedback for episode 2 of season 2, Lavender. The beginning of this episode totally threw me off with Lust Conquers All. That was just so funny. It was really great seeing Jamie back, and I had totally forgotten how he got back onto the team. And so sad for Sam, but yeah, I'm really going to enjoy seeing Jamie's story arc continue. In this episode, I also loved Roy finally becoming a pundit on TV. His replies were just absolutely hysterical. Loved every minute of that. So fun. But yeah, I did love seeing Jamie and Ted back at the pub. And by the way, I meant to mention this in the previous episode that I love seeing May with white hair rather than the darker hair that she had in season 1. I'm so used to looking at her like that. But right after May tells the 3 guys at the end of the bar to fuck off, Jamie's reply just cracked me up.
Wow, old people are so wise. They're like tall Yodas. Cheers.
May the force be with you.
Yeah, and I had to throw in a little bit more of the Star Wars reference that was mentioned in the previous episode. I linked something on the Facebook page as well. Anyway, with the new year coming up, just wish you guys a happy new year, and I look forward to the rest of season 2. And with that, this has been Jason in San Jose. Namaste, baby.
He does that so well.
I know. It makes me laugh every time I hear him do it.
Namaste, baby.
Yeah, so I didn't realize May changed her hair color. I wasn't really paying
I
too
guess
much
I wasn't
attention to
paying.
it.
Yeah, me neither, because I didn't really notice that. May is just May, you know?
I love that actor. Annette Badland is the actress, and I've seen her in other stuff too. She was a villain in in a couple episodes of Doctor Who early on with David Tennant. So I think she's been in EastEnders, which is another BBC show. She's done a ton of stuff over in the BBC, obviously. But yeah,
That's awesome.
Yeah, she's a great actress, and I'm glad to see her. And she's great. She's great as May.
She's definitely. If I ever saw her in anything else, I'd be like, "Oh, May is in this." It like some people are just really fit their roles.
And I kind of want. I would love. That's how I would want my bartender to be.
Yes,
at a bar,
100%.
Yeah, telling guys to just fucking be quiet.
Old people are so wise, like tiny Yodas.
So he did leave a link on the Facebook page about because we talked a little bit about that with the whole like, is that the proper way to respond to "May the Force be with you"?
And also,
and it is a little bit of a Mandela effect, is what the article states. But if you want to check that out, he did link it. It's on our Facebook page, facebook.com/revisitedpod, under the post for feedback for this under the link for our last episode. He posted under there, so go and check it out.
Got it.
And that leaves us, of course, to our live Steving from our friend Steve. So let's play that now.
Hello, Ben and Kristin. This is Steve, and this is going to be for Ted Lasso, Season 2, Episode 2, Lavender. Oh, it's starting right in. Like, there was no preamble or anything. Just, there's the Lust Conquers All set. Oh, I remember this. Loser Jamie. Jamie, so, what's the word I'm thinking of? Such an airhead. Yeah, I just found out that George Harrison died 20 years ago. Tell me, those two morning show hosts, they had to be representing somebody, but I don't know who. Who's Kathy Lee Gifford's co-host now? I don't know, because I don't watch that show. Slams the door right in Will's face. We're seeing again the nasty side of Nate. I just said Lavender, name of the episode, mic drop. We'll set it back, Lavender, title of the episode, mic drop. So Keeley has no trouble with the word moist. I don't either. Some people do. It's not a bike, it's a transformer. Ooh, Dr. Sharon just seeing him right through Ted and what he's doing. It's very disarming. Only with the word filthy in front of it, and then Rebecca hitting the backspace key. This whole Leslie storyline of him not having an office, it was a little, I don't know, interesting the first time around, but watching it repeatedly, you're right. There should be like a conference room or something in this place that he can use as an office. Rebecca just eat the cookie or the biscuit that Dr. Sharon had taken a bite of. Way I listened to the holiday special, which was great, by the way. I need to watch that Hannah Waddingham spectacular House of Christmas special annual. But Ben, you said you want to see Rebecca in that red dress, and Kristin said it was creepy. And what's creepier is I want to see Rebecca out of that red dress.
Oh God,
I love these scenes with Roy and the little girls' football team. It's a header in football. Roy catching Keeley, wanking to his retirement video. Real roller coaster. Glad I was tall enough to join you on that ride. Talking about his father being harder on himself than on him just reminds me of what happened. And I'm not going to spoil it because some people have forgotten or haven't watched the show yet. But it's wow. Is it true? Is there an account for Ted's mustache on Twitter? I wonder. I guess it's the X now. Roy's insecurity about going on TV is evident, but Keeley's building him up. That is a killer suit on Roy, by the way. Just the black on black on black. I wish I could pull something like that off, but I don't know if I could. See Nate's office? Is there enough room in there for both of them? Because I don't remember this part of the storyline. Because the whole Higgins without an office thing is just ridiculous. I totally forgot about this. Roy going down on her while she's watching his retirement video. Oh, so he's breaking through a little bit to Dr. Sharon. She says, "Call me Doc," and then tells him Prince of Ties is her favorite book. Ooh, Jamie Tart with that severe haircut. Or, I guess it's just pulled back. All right, on to next week. And I'm going to watch the Slow Horses, Kristin, because you recommended it.
Yay! That was a journey.
Yeah, it was. There are multiple accounts for Ted Lasso's mustache on X because I looked as he brought it up. There are multiple accounts.
There, the morning duo that you're talking about
the
is
real
an actual. Yeah, they are an actual duo on England's Good Morning America version of their show, but they are hilarious. I really look them up because they have a few different segments that, post kind of like Graham Norton or Jimmy Fallon or something like that. And they're classic. They are so freaking funny.
Well,
I think you'll agree with me. Yeah, we've talked about this.
We talked earlier about the one with Gino DeCampo making the mac and cheese.
But there's so many of them. So many of them. They are hilarious. So
it's Philip Schofield and Holly Willoughby are
there
the
you go.
Are the actual hosts.
They're just in like, my scroll when I'm just scrolling. I'm like, oh, I like these guys. I don't learn anybody's name.
Yeah. I watch clips of Philip and Holly too, as I do Graham Norton, because I love
anything on Graham Norton is mandatory watching for me. I love Graham Norton so much. Yeah. We've talked about this.
Yeah. But thank you to Jason and Steve for leaving us feedback this week. If you want to leave feedback for any episode, whether it be future or past, we encourage you to do so. Easiest way to do that, go to revisitedpod.com. There you can find links on how to leave feedback, where to subscribe, listen, all that fun stuff. Or you can just email us directly, feedback@revisitedpod.com. You had an idea instead of recommendations. I'm gonna let you take the reins on this one.
So instead of recommendations this year, I want to share our 2024 goals, resolutions, challenges, anything that you're looking forward to for 2024. Since it is the last day of the year right now, as we are recording this, and you will be hearing this on the first day of the year.
Okay. So do you want me to go first?
Sure. If you'd like.
Because I don't keep resolutions. I don't like the term resolutions because I feel like resolutions you can fail. So I set myself goals for 2024. And I have 4 off the top of my head that I can think of. Nothing too major, nothing too difficult. First one, read at least 1 book a month. I am horrible at keeping up with reading. I'm so far behind on books that I have, so I want to start making the time, and I want to read at least 1 book a month.
Good.
I think that's very easily achievable. 2, I want to get back to streaming. I want to get back to streaming, like game streaming on Twitch and such. So I got to start making time for that. Number 3, I want to work on my wardrobe. Most of my wardrobe, having not had to be an office job or anything like that, has just been nothing but blue jeans and t-shirts. And I'm realizing more and more as I'm going to more job interviews and to weddings and stuff that I'm starting to outgrow my other stuff. So, and I'll be honest with you, the past couple weeks, having dressed up for Thanksgiving, dressed up for Christmas, not dressed up like suits or anything like that, but like blue jeans and a nice shirt and everything, I kind of felt good dressing up like that, like getting
being
out
in
of
the world.
Getting out of a t-shirt and jeans. So I kind of just want to like spruce up my wardrobe a little bit, add more shirts and stuff like that. And then the other one is just something that's a given for me. My friends here at home, I have one of the most diverse group of friends. Like, and I'm not just talking like race wise, like, like black, Jap, like all that. I'm talking like sexual orientation wise. I have gay, bi, pan, trans. Like I have one of the most diverse group of friends. So my biggest goal is just to not remain an ally, but to become a bigger. I've always been an ally, but it's just to be a bigger ally to all of them.
That's awesome.
Like maybe participate more in some marches and events and things like that, just to show more support than I have. Good.
Those are all really good goals.
So what about you?
I like to have guidelines as well for the year. And, I always have the same ones. Like the holidays are always just like an eat-a-thon for us, eating and drinking and blah, 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 blah. So we always do dry January. So I'm really looking forward to that. But kind of like as a bigger scope, like we moved into our house a little over a year ago and we are still not moved in. So I would like to fully move into my house. I just feel like, we moved in and everything started going wrong with the house, and then like jobs and everything got really complicated really fast. So I'm really looking forward to just like moving into the house and kind of making it a home and not just somewhere where we're, sleeping like we have been for the last year. I always have a goal that we go somewhere new that we've never been as a family. So we'll be doing that this year. I know that we want to go to Maine. We've never been to Maine. So we're talking about driving up to Maine for a camping trip this summer. So hopefully we can get that going. And I want me and my family to just kind of connect more, laugh more, play more games, go more places, just stop living so separately. I think that the four of us have lived very separately for the past year for a variety of different reasons. And it's time for us to just turn towards each other and just kind of love on each other this year. So those are just kind of just some goals. I need to get healthier again. I used to run half marathons. I used to eat really clean. I used to have a nice skincare routine. I used to have a nice self-care routine. I've just gotten completely out of that habit in the last couple of years. And I can just kind of feel it in my everyday attitude, motivation, overall outlook on things. And so, I really want to just concentrate on getting myself and my mind and my body just healthy again.
Yeah.
I'd love to lose weight, obviously, but I can be this weight if I feel healthy, but I just don't feel healthy.
I'm the same way.
Yeah.
I don't either. So that's also one of my goals is to develop a better relationship with not just my physical appearance, but with food.
Mm-hmm.
Because anxiety has caused me to develop a binge eating issue.
Oh, me too.
I'm still fighting it, and it sucks. But yeah, that is a big goal, is to kind of not be held hostage, to try not to be held as hostage to anxiety as I usually am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just be, it's almost like it's time to come out of our collective cocoons. I think that we've all been cocooning for a really long time. And I don't know, 2024 feels like it's going to be okay.
Promising.
Yeah.
I kind of do that too. Like, I feel it's the first time in a long time that I've kind of felt almost a little hopeful.
Oh, me too, which is scary.
For the new year. I know. Yep. I feel it too, though. Yeah. It's the first time I felt hopeful going into a new year in a long time.
Which is crazy because it's an election year. So it's going to be a year where I shut out a lot of the noise. I already know my feelings on everything. I don't need to be a part of the crazy that I know is about to come this year. So I'm really going to try and shield myself and my children from what's coming this year.
Yeah.
Because it's going, as crazy as the 2020 election was, I don't see this this American election cycle going well. And the only thing it's going to do is harden our hearts. It's going to make us more angry. The election cycle is going to be aimed at scaring us, at making us hate each other. And I just am over it. So I'm going to shield us from that nonsense. I already know how I feel. I don't need to be convinced of anything else. So I'm going to turn it off. I'm going to try and see about putting filters on my computer and filters everywhere. I want to turn it off.
2020, in addition to pandemic, like everything was, look, it's the reason why my anxiety is still at the high levels that it is.
Right.
It's never gone down. And I'm with you. I am fearful for how my anxiety is going to take this upcoming election year as well, for what it holds for the future of us as people in this country.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to try my best to, like you, just not let it affect me the way I did before. Which is
difficult because you and I care very deeply about a lot of these issues, but we know where we stand on it. We know how we feel. And so I don't feel the need to engage in that kind of unbelievably toxic rhetoric. I just don't need it. And I don't think any of us really need it. And I think that if we as a people just decided we don't want this anymore, turn it off, like maybe things will calm down. But that won't happen. So what can I do? I can protect myself. I can protect my children as much as I can.
Yeah. No, I get it. I totally get it, because I'm going to try my best to do the same thing.
Yeah. So good luck to you. Good luck to me.
Yeah.
And off we go to 2024.
There we go. It's the best way to put it. I can't think of anything else. I will throw out one recommendation just because I know you and your family have been watching it. I plan to watch it, even though I haven't yet. Yeah. Is Percy Jackson.
Woo! Percy Jackson!
Sorry. I'm so sorry to anybody listening, but if you could have just seen Kristin do that, you reminded me so much of Kristen Wiig as the Target lady. From SNL.
Thank you. That feels good in my heart.
A coupon. Just the way you mimicked with your hands and everything.
Percy Jackson's real good.
You just made me think of Kristen Wiig as the Target lady.
Now, I think a lot. Thank you. Haha. Now, I think that people our age might think that it's campy, but I invite people to understand that this is a book series.
It's a young adult book series.
Yeah, targeting middle school age kids. This is perfect for their demographic. And I love being along for the ride because it's fun. And if you've read the books, you know the stories and you know what's coming. And it's just so fun. And it's fun to watch my kids,
sometimes that campiness is fun even as adults.
Mm-hmm. But you have to just take your serious hat off,
What the hell is the name of that movie series? There was 3 of them from Disney where the villains had kids.
Oh, Spy Kids.
No, not Spy Kids.
Oh,
no, it was like
Descendants. The Descendants.
Descendants.
Oh my gosh, so good.
They're campy as hell.
Who cares?
I had fun watching those movies.
Well, we went through a Descendants phase for like 2 years here, so like the Descendants is a part of the fabric of our family.
But you mentioned like things that adults might find campy because they're made for.
What I'm saying
kids.
is, I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
The Descendants is amazing.
But I'm just saying, like, I enjoyed those. So Percy Jackson, I don't care if it's campy or not.
No, you're going to love it. You're going to love it. I know
I'm a fan of the books. Yeah.
I'm talking to the people.
The people out there.
I'm talking to the people.
Any final notes before we wrap things up for this first episode of 2024?
Good riddance 2023. Don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you. And here's to 2024.
Yeah.
The year of Kobe Bryant.
Was his number 24?
Yeah. It's just something I've been saying. Don't mind me.
No, I won't. It's fine. So then, with that being said, we hope you guys had a wonderful new year, as you'll be hearing this as first thing in 2024. Thank you, as always, for listening, commenting, subscribing, all that you guys do. But until next time, we'll see you guys out there on the pitch. Take care.
Namaste, baby.